All right, before we get started, I have to say that you all should have received a message that this meeting is being recorded. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Ray Melendez, and I will serve you tonight as our Sergeant at Arms. We start another meeting. I will have to mention to everybody, let's do our best to avoid any distractions, and that includes as well keeping yourself muted while others are speaking during the meeting. Please join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it
it
stands,
stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now let's pass this meeting on to our awesome chapter president, Shastri Stewart.
Thank you, Ray, for that wonderful introduction. And it's not awesome, but amazing president. So next time use amazing instead. I'm kidding. All right. Thank you all for joining us again on a wonderful Monday night meeting. How's everyone feeling? All right. Hopefully everyone is fired up and are ready to speak. We do have a special guest tonight, Kathy, who will be presenting on our Pathways program. So Kathy, can you introduce yourself to our team?
Yes, I'm Kathy Dyke. I just got my second DTM on Saturday. We had a small presentation for our division in our area. And I think we had about 40 new DTMs there. And I'm sure there are more because it was, it's difficult with this virtual environment that we're in. So we're trying to have at least a small one. But I've been in Toastmasters actively since 2004. And this past year, I've been working with the district for Pathways training. So my motto is ask me anything about Pathways. If I can't answer the question, I'll find out and get back to you. So far, nobody has stopped me yet, but thank you, Mr. President.
Awesome, Kathy. And it seems like you have a slight accent. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Jamaica.
You're kidding. Wow, yes. Awesome. That's awesome. All right, I'm from Dominica and we have a few island folks on the panel. Yeah. Thank you for being here, and hopefully we have a wonderful meeting. Please feel free to ask your questions. If you don't have an answer to a particular question, please feel free to ask the question. Don't be shy. Tonight is the night that we try to get all that information that we need for Pathways. So please do reach out to her. And also, please put some feedback in the chat as well for Kathy and also for our table topics participants. And if you're not able to do so, also you utilize our WhatsApp application. Thank you for the folks that did provide Stacy and other speakers last week with feedback after the meeting in the WhatsApp chat. She really did appreciate that. So it really goes a long way. If you're speaking and you see something very positive, very nice from another member, it really feels good. So please just remember to provide that feedback. All right, without further ado, I'll pass the meeting over to our Toastmaster of the day, the one and the only, Michelle.
Thank you, amazing and delectable chapter president, Shastri Stewart. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters, dignitaries in the house, and our specially invited guests. We would like to formally acknowledge if any guest that we have on our meeting today. Is there anybody that has been here second time or first time tonight? Nobody?
No, I think only Kathy.
Only Kathy. Well, Kathy, a warm, prestigious welcome from our group.
Thank you.
We really are looking forward to your speech tonight, and we will learn, and we look forward to setting goals to what you will be teaching us tonight. Before I begin the proceedings, President Shastri, are there any additions to the agenda?
No, not at this time. We'll have the pathways, then we'll have table topics.
Okay, great. Setting goals. Literature for achieving goals by transforming yourself are ubiquitous. Tony Robbins opined that setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Goals are dreams with a deadline. Think about why you started this journey by becoming a Toastmaster. Aim high, fellow Toastmasters, and you will see the changes incrementally, I should add. Work hard and be proud. Give of your best each time and be the best version of yourself. In other words, bring it every time. For this week, I invite you to intentionally, as Stacy will say, to sign up for one of our club's functional role. As your invisible, let that be your invisible, and then embrace it, and it will transmogrify you, and everyone in Toastmasters will be proud of you. Set your goals this week. At this time, I will call upon Toastmaster Shay Graves for our invocation.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. What an excellent quote and way to start us off. Focused. Thank you. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. This is a quote by Andrew Carnegie. I've also posted it on the agenda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shay Graves, for that lovely invocation. As Toastmaster of the Day, I serve as your Master of Ceremonies, and for the benefit of our guests and new members, a traditional Toastmasters meeting comprises of 3 sections: formal speeches, table topics, and evaluations. Only for today, or perhaps just for today, I should say, we have one formal speech by our guest speaker, Karen Dyke, DTM, or Distinguished Toastmaster. Throughout the meeting, our members have the opportunity to practice listening, critical thinking, and management skills by serving in various roles. Toastmaster Sonia Garate, please explain your role as the art counter.
I was muted, excuse me. Toastmaster of the Day. My purpose tonight as the R counter is to note any word or sound used as a crutch by anyone who speaks tonight. Words may be double starts, fillers like and or interjections. I will not be using a signal tonight because I realize that our sound hasn't been coming through, but I will be listening and I will give you a report at the end of the meeting. Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sonia Garate. Toastmaster Gary Newper, please explain your role as grammarian wordmaster.
Toastmaster of the Day. One benefit of Toastmasters is that it helps people improve their grammar and word use. Being grammarian provides an exercise in expanding listening skills. I have several responsibilities: to introduce new words to members, to comment on the language used during the course of the meeting, and to provide examples of eloquence. Our word of this evening is industrious. It's an adjective and it means working energetically and devotedly, or hardworking or diligent. Used in a sentence, she is an industrious worker. I encourage anyone speaking during any part of the meeting this evening to use the word industrious. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gary Newper. Toastmaster Justin Gwynn, please explain your role as general timer.
Toastmaster of the day. I'm responsible for monitoring the time for each part of the meeting. I operate the timing signals to indicate speech length. Timing begins with the first definite verbal or nonverbal communication with the audience. As general timer, whomever is speaking and has control of the meeting, please pay attention to my red card, as this will mean to wrap up as quickly as you can. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Justin Gwynn. Toastmaster Shashri Stewart, please explain your role as general evaluator for this evening's proceedings.
Absolutely, Madam Toastmaster. If one thinks of a club meeting as a project, then think of the general evaluator as a quality control manager. I will be commenting on the overall flow of today's meeting and giving feedback. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shashri Stewart. And next, we will have Toastmaster Micheline Nemhard. Please explain your role as table topic master for this evening.
Yes, Toastmaster of the day. This is table topics is the opportunity for members to develop their extemporaneous speaking skills. It's called impromptu speaking, and everyone on this screen will have an opportunity to explain a topic and give feedback. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you again, Toastmaster Micheline Nemhard. Our first section of our meeting is the formal speech. These are speeches which are prepared based on specific projects in our communication manuals or our Pathways program. This evening, we have one guest speaker. Her speech will be 10 to 15 minutes, followed by a question and answer period. General timer, we would love you to support our guest speaker by signaling the following timers. At 10 minutes, green, yellow minutes, at 12 minutes, yellow, and red at 15 minutes. Thank you in advance, Toastmaster Justin Gwynn. It is my distinguished privilege to introduce our guest speaker, Karen Dyke. Karen has been a distinguished Toastmaster actively since 2004. She achieved her first distinguished Toastmaster in 2009 and her second in 2020. As a member of District 47 Pathways Training Team, she has enjoyed interaction with members and clubs outside of her home division, sorry. Kathy's motto, which she said earlier, but I will say it again so that we make sure we understand that she is very helpful and she will help us in any way possible. This is her motto: ask me anything about Pathways. If I don't know the answer, and thankfully this has never happened to her before, I will find that answer for you. She firmly believes that if we work together, all Toastmasters can achieve their Pathways objectives. Let's give a warm welcome to our Toastmaster, Karen Dyke.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmasters. Can you share? Can I share my screen? Do I have sharing capabilities? Okay, fine. Okay, so first I'm going to share the agenda with you. And just to give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about tonight. Let me see. 1 second. Okay. So tonight, the first thing we're going to do is just to review the access to pathways, and then I'll take you to Basecamp. And there are quite a few different options in Basecamp, but tonight, because our time is limited, I'm just going to talk about the three that are listed there, which is the path and learning. That's your educational access to your educational path. Speech evaluations, because I know that some of you, sometimes you want to
Kathy,
get access.
I'm sorry, we're not seeing anything if you're sharing. It's just a blank screen.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
You may
sorry.
need to share your complete desktop.
Okay, let me hit share again.
Okay.
It tells me I'm screen sharing. 1 second.
Do you have two monitors, maybe?
No, I don't actually.
We can see your cursor moving. We just see a white page.
Okay, let me try again. Can you
There's a
see
little-
now?
There's a
Same
plus
thing.
sign. Yeah,
Can you
same
see-
thing. There's a
you
plus
got-
sign in the bottom. That's all we're seeing.
Oh boy. Not quite sure why that's happening. I tested it today and it's supposed to be supposed to work. Well, for now, let me just go back to this. I will, I hope when I go to share the actual program, it's going to work because I have it. I'll try it again. But we're going to be talking about the getting access to your educational transcript, your path, speech evaluations. If you want to access a speech evaluation other than the speech that you are, if you have to evaluate someone else and you want to get their speech evaluation form. And then I'll go through the 4 projects in level 1, which is the most that we can get through today, because I want to be, if you can get through level 1, you can very much easily get through any other level. There are problems that may come up with in the higher levels, but you have to, once you can get through level 1 and you can get that level approved, then you're on your way. And then we'll have some time for questions and answers. Let me see if I can share it now. So I'm going to share a screen and I'm going to try this. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So of course you all know how to log in. That's the first thing. There's 2 ways to get to your pathways. You can either go here or here. If you go here and you go straight to Basecamp, this is where we're going to be talking about. Come on. Oh, please. There we go. And I want to close this out here. Okay, so this is where you access your transcript here. If you're registered in more than 2 paths, you would have to access the 3rd one that's not shown up here, because I have 3 paths going. So 2 of mine are here and 1, I would have to access it from here. But I'm going to take you to the one that's here. And okay, here are the speech evaluations. When you access this, I'll do that first. Here, all of the different projects are listed that you need to get an evaluation form for. So you just have to double click on it and it will take you to the, it'll take you to the evaluation form that you need. And then you can actually, it's a fillable form. So you can type on this form itself and then you can email it to the Toastmaster that you've evaluated. You can save it and then evaluate it. So you don't have to print it and then scan it back in. You can actually work in it from here. Oops. Oh dear. I think I lost it. 1 second. Let me go back in 1 second. Okay. So there we go. So this is where you'd go if you had to get evaluations for other.
Kathy, it's blank on our end.
Blank on your end again? Oh boy.
I think when you're clicking share screen, I think you're clicking on whiteboard by accident. So stop sharing and share it again.
Okay, let me start.
But just make sure you don't click on whiteboard when you after you click share screen.
I have to, are you sharing it now? No, it's not there.
There you go.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So here we mentioned with the speech evaluations. Now, I know that Shay had mentioned that some of you want to know where to put your documents. And before I get into the levels, I wanted just to show you that right here is where you have my documents. So when you open this up, you will be able to add your files, but it has to be saved on your computer first. And then if you want, this one here is just for your own personal documents. It doesn't attach to any level. So here on level 1, if you wanted to attach a file, I'm going to have to move this over here. You would simply just add the file and you'd go through your own file folders on your computer, select the file you want, and it will show up in there. But you do not have to keep anything on, you don't have to use the folder for, you don't have to use the documents to track it. You can actually keep it on a paper form on your own, but some people like the idea of keeping it on their computer and not having any paper at all. And so this is where you would keep that. One thing I want to mention when I'm talking about keeping your documents is that because we're meeting online most of the time, you have to make sure that when you give a speech that you get your evaluation sent to you, because your evaluation is a proof in your program, in your system, that you have actually given the speech. I know you can go back to your agendas, but you should make sure that you get your evaluation from every time you give a speech. Make sure you get your evaluations. So now I'm going to go to the different levels. This is the one I want to talk to, because this one is I haven't done much on this one, so I can show you. Okay. So when you do your icebreaker, and I think that most everyone in your club has already done their icebreaker. I'm going to move this over here. And I don't think anyone here hasn't done yet the icebreaker. And one of the key things you have to remember about doing any project in Pathways is that you have to do 2 things. You have to assess your skills before you give your speech, and you have to assess your skills after. Assessing your skills after, that's what tells the program that you have finished that particular project. If you don't assess your skills after, you don't get that checkoff mark there. So that's one of the things you have to make sure that you do. I wanted to show you something in evaluation and feedback, because I haven't done that one yet. If you wanted to open it and start working on this one, you would hit launch. But if you wanted to get an idea as to what is involved in evaluation and feedback, then you can hit training details. And that's going to give you the one second. It's what happened here? Oops, it didn't go back. It's one second. It's okay. Here we go. Am I losing my connection? I hope not. My internet has been very finicky. They were fixing it today. Let's hope. Am I frozen? Can you see me? Because my internet looks like it's a little bit unstable.
Yeah, we could see you, but it's just cycling.
Right, exactly. And then, so the other thing I wanted to tell you, when you drop down the menu and you hit launch, and then you get into the program that you want to work in, and you go through it. When you finish the first three projects in level 1, which is, it consists of 4 speeches and an evaluation. So you have to do your icebreaker. Your evaluation and feedback speech has you give the same speech twice. That's recommended. You don't have to give the same speech twice. You give that speech, you get feedback, and you have the option of incorporating the feedback that you have been given or making improvements of your own and re-giving that same speech again. But you also have the option of giving a completely different speech, but I don't recommend that. It's good to, because you want to learn from the evaluation, from the feedback that you receive when you get your evaluation. That's why this project is here, for you to redo a speech and make it better the second time around. And the other component of this project is that you have to evaluate another member. And we like to recommend that you do an evaluation after you've given at least 3 speeches. So if you give your icebreaker, you give your speech twice, that's 3 speeches, then you do your evaluation of another member, and then you can go back and assess your skills after, and this will complete this project here. And researching and presenting, Toastmasters gives you a lot of flexibility. You can research and present on any topic that you want. And once you've completed these 3 projects, then this project will open up. It's not open now because I haven't finished this one. This one will open up, and when you go in here and launch this one, that sends the email to your VPE, your president, and your secretary that alerts them that someone is waiting for approval. Now, you get your approval in Pathways will approve your level 1. If you are members of more than one club, you have to let your VPE know if you want to assign the credit to which club you want to assign it to. If you're just a member of one club, then that's no issue. But now in this new Pathways educational program, you have to have 2 approvals. First, it has to be approved in Pathways by either the president, the VPE, or the secretary. And then secondly, it has to be entered in Club Central. And Club Central, that's where the club gets the credit for it, in Club Central. So now I think, I did not pin the timer. Where is my timer? How is my time?
So it seems you're green. It seems you're still within good time.
Good time? Okay. So then, okay, so I have, okay. I'm not quite sure why my screen is still.
Kathy, would you want me to log on to mine and share my screen, and maybe that might be helpful to you? And then you could just let me know where you want me to click.
Okay.
Would that work?
I'm not sure. You see, it says my internet is unstable. They were fixing it today of all days for them to be fixing it, but that's Peter's principle. That's going to happen.
So
it's going to happen.
I have mine's loaded now. Do you already have yours up, Shastri? Either way,
yes.
Work. Okay. So I'll log off. But Kathy, Shastri is saying he'll let you just tell him where you want to go. So if you want him to go to level 1 and he can clip through the steps, you just tell him what you want to show.
I see names, but I don't. Okay, you're all coming back up again. I'm not quite sure why my internet was giving trouble today, but okay. Okay. So does anyone have a question that they would like me to address? Who did that?
Shastri.
Nice, thank you. That's
yeah, so you just tell me where you want me to go, and
very proactive of you. Okay, so I see that you have just one path. So if you have just one path, and it's going to be at that 4th screen at the bottom of your screen, Pass and Learning, you will just open curriculum, and that's how you'll get to access to your path. So if you want to open that, that'll take you to, and then move up back to, okay, so you're finished level 1 and level 2. So if you move over to, go to deliver social speeches and activate on that drop-down menu, you should see training activated, and you should see training details. You you'll activate that. No, that's okay. No, that's not going to happen on that one. Go back to your level 2 if you can. Okay. Now, it may not work since you've already completed them, but if you go back to the launch things, drop down, see if it shows you view training details. There you go. Okay. No, it's not. I guess because you finished it. Okay, because
Maybe it is. Oh no, never mind.
now what I wanted to show you was the overview of that project, what's of the level. But that's okay. You can go back to the first page if you could, please. Okay. Okay. So right now I'm not, oh, you finished up. Okay, that's good. That's okay. Well, I just wanted to work with level 1 today only because it's not possible to go through all the levels in one session. It's, you know, but if you have any questions in any other level, if you're working on, then just let me know and I'll see if I can help you. But right now, does anyone have any issues getting into any of the paths that they're working with, or any particular issue with a particular section of the path?
I had a question.
Okay.
On your page, you showed us way below other pathways that you are working on. So how do you get that added? Let's say that I want to do a humorous, engaging humor. How do you add that to your?
Okay, Shastra, can you take me back to the first page, to the home page? The one where you choose to go into Basecamp? The very, very first page. Back again, one more.
Hold on a second here. Yeah, why is it?
If you go back on your drop, hit the, when you hover over the whole button, then hit the one below it. There you go. And go back again. See if you can use your back arrow to go back. There you go. Okay. Okay. Choose a new path. If you select choose a new path, open that one. There you go. And can you make the screen? Okay. Did you want to do printed or did you want to do just online?
Online.
Okay, so then you go over to the, you see it says select digital resources, and then continue. You have to set, there you go. No, select digital, I can hardly see that. You see it says select digital resources. After it says obtain digital resource online via Basecamp, then it's, you select that, select digital resource a little further up.
Oh, with this one, okay. Yeah, it doesn't allow me to.
There,
A little higher where it says selected
There,
right
okay.
there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right.
And then hit continue now. There you go. Hit continue.
It's grayed out. This continue right
Yeah,
here, right? It's
it's
grayed
great.
out.
Select digital resources again. You see that blue button? That blue panel, that blue, there.
Yeah,
I
it
believe
doesn't-
you need to select a learning path underneath it, right underneath.
No, it's going to open, it's supposed to open all of them. See, view path options. You see where it says view all your path options? Okay, and now hit the continue button.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so each of these, that will give you an overview. And if you select whichever one you think you might be interested in, you can open it up and it will give you the overview of it and also give you all the projects that are in that particular path. So that you would, and it will, levels 1 and 2 are mostly the same in each path. Level 1 is absolutely the same in any path, But level 2, sometimes it starts directing you, like it will, if you're doing engage in humor, level 2 would have something about humor, but level 1 is the same in any path. And that will allow you to have a sort of an overview. Remember that if you choose a path and you decide that you don't like it, you have 30 days to change it free of cost, but they'll only, you know, so if you don't like the path, you can change it if you haven't started working in the path yet, you know. But each one, so there you go. And it will sort of, you can open it up and see what sort of electives are in each path, and that helps you to decide if it's what you want to spend your time on, because there's so many choices. I think there's over 300 electives, so that there's a lot to choose from. And they have now allowed you to go ahead, like if you are finished, before you couldn't open level 2 if you hadn't completed level 1. You can now open levels ahead of the one you're working in, but you can't get them approved until you finish the one before. But you can go and work in them, you know. Gives you more flexibility, because if you had a situation where you had a speech that was going to fit a certain project in a higher level, now you can do it and wait until you get to that level to actually enter it and complete it. But I encourage you to go on the website, because there is a tremendous amount of resources on the TI website and on the Pathways website itself. And they have frequently asked questions that if you had an issue and you wanted to see if you could find it yourself, there are frequently asked questions. There is a whole section there that you, and there is also the navigator, which when you have some time, because it's quite long, you can go through. If you're new to Toastmasters, you may want to view the navigator, because it gives you a good picture of the entire program.
Thank you, Kathy. Due to
Yeah.
time on the agenda, I think that will be the one question, but I am going to put your email in the chat box.
And also, if you have a question, if you have a particular situation, I have done this before for many Toastmasters, where I may just set up a Zoom meeting just with you. You share your screen, you tell me the problem you're having, and in 5 minutes or 6 minutes, it's the problem solved, and then you can move on with what you're doing. So it doesn't take long, and I've done that for many members, and I really don't mind doing it, so that you can get any questions to stop you from going ahead in what you're doing. So feel free to email me or call me, either one.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karen.
Sorry, I just was letting her know that I can put her number in the chat box as well.
Okay, perfect.
The second section of our meeting is table topics. This is an opportunity for members to develop their extemporaneous speaking skills. This is impromptu speaking. Guests are encouraged to participate. I believe we have one guest, her second time. Siona, would you like to participate?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Toastmaster Michelle.
Okay, you're welcome. Timer, please demonstrate the timing signals for this project.
The green card will be shown at 1 minute. The yellow card will be shown at 1.5 minutes, and the red card will be shown at 2 minutes. And I will clap off the speaker at 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Justin Nguyen. At this time, we'd like to welcome Toastmaster Michelin Nemhard as our topics master for today.
Good evening, Toastmasters, dignitary, and guests. Sonia. Fellow Toastmasters, one of the most exciting portion of the Toastmasters meeting is table talk. So we will have some fun this evening. The main objective is to challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills to effectively think on their feet by answering unrehearsed questions. Table Topics is especially designed to develop 4 essential communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and speaking. This evening, I will give you a topic. While you're delivering that topic and formulating your response, I will show a picture and you will incorporate that picture into your response. Again, the topic session is 1 to 2 minutes. Let's get started. The day at the office. Your day at the office. Julie.
Oh, my day at the office?
Anything about your day at the office?
Yes, my day at the office is routine because it's been going on for now a year and 3 months that I've been working from my home office, and I do the same thing every day. I get up, I take a shower, I get up, I exercise, I take a shower, I make my bed, I walk about 30 feet into my home office, which you guys are all a part of right now.
House.
Oh, what?
A house.
Oh, my home is in my home office, a house. Therefore, and like I said, I get up every day and I go into my home office in my house, and it feels like Groundhog's Day because I've been doing the same thing for over a year, where traditionally in my job, I travel all around the country.
Lion.
But when I'm around the country, one thing I did do when I was in Chicago, I stopped at the zoo because I try to take an extra day on my travels. And I try to extend that and get an opportunity to go see something in the local community. So when I was in Chicago, I did end up going to a zoo and I did happen to see a lion. It was a good time. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Julie. So we want to have fun. This is really good. I'm happy we kicked off with you. So yes, so this is what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you a topic, and then you're going to incorporate the picture that I display or the word. Day at the beach. Your day at the beach. Your day at the beach. Sonia Garate.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our guest. Now, aren't you looking forward to going to the beach? It's April, but it's Florida, which means it's beach time. It's beach weather. It's time to go. Actually, it was really hot yesterday, so it's perfect. Now, when I go to the beach, I'm one of those people that you will see lugging behind their house, their home, their car, everything with them to the beach. Because when you go, I always take my Lion sunscreen with me and I apply that liberally all over my kids. I'm slathering them down. They basically become like slippery squeezies. You can't really hold on to them. You can't catch them. So when we finally make it with all of our luggage, we take off our face masks because we don't need those at the beach right now. And we set up camp. When I mean set up camp, we have 2 umbrellas. We have a cooler full of any snack, any food you could possibly imagine. And then it's time to lime. That's why we go to the beach. Now, that is a slang that if you're from the islands, especially if you're from Trinidad, you know what I mean. The closest word I could think of, if you're not familiar, is just hang out, chill, have a good time. And that is what I do when I spend a day at the beach. Thank you, Table Topics Master.
Awesome. The next topic is your favorite vacation. Your favorite vacation. Jack.
Well, my favorite vacation has to have been just a year or so, a little over a year ago, when we went to Niagara Falls. I had always wanted to go to that place, and being there in the presence of so much moving water is just an awesome experience, because it's my belief that moving water is the energy of the planet. It's like the electronic generator that makes everything work. And
wine.
Water, you can make great wine. and drinking a glass of good wine on top of the tower, and in Canada, smoking a joint at the same time because it's legal in Canada, is just an awesome experience and awesome. And actually, I did both of those things last time I was in Niagara Falls. So I love that as a vacation because it's such a beautiful, powerful place.
Ryan,
And in addition, you can see people walking around wearing all kinds of wild animal costumes. And the lion been one of my favorite, but the elephant, the giraffe, all of these crazy wild characters that are running around there, enjoying the falls, enjoying life, and making the most out of everything that can happen. Being industrious in a way that makes life fun, happy, and enjoyable. So God bless, have fun, and enjoy the water.
thank you, Jack. Your favorite place in the home. The favorite place of your home. Denny.
Hey, hi, everybody. Sorry
Hello.
that I'm not able to hop on the screen. I have a very busy background today. Favorite place in my home, I would say must be the bathroom. It's the one place in the home where you get to relieve yourself. Isn't that just amazing? I imagine that when some people are in the bathroom, they want to get in and get out. But
Snake.
when I'm in the bathroom, I like to take my time, slither my way through the different positions in my bathroom, just like a snake. From the toilet to the shower to the sink, doing all different types of fun activities like brushing my teeth, putting lotion on my ashy elbows and knees. Yeah, I just love being.
Stationary bike.
I even like to work out in the bathroom. You know, do little push-ups at the counter, hop on my imaginary machine bicycle while I'm sitting on the toilet, you know, and just pedal my legs, you know, or something. It's very, very, very exciting and fun being in my bathroom. I would invite any of you anytime. I'll let you borrow my towel first, of course, since, you know, everyone needs their own separate towels, you know, COVID and all. Other than that, yeah, I think I am done, team. Thank you so much for allowing me to share today.
Thank you, Denny. Awesome. We have more time. Okay, the next topic, your favorite shopping experience. Your favorite shopping experience. Mayana.
Thank you. How did I know that you were going to call on me? But I do have something special to say about my favorite shopping experience. I would have to say my favorite shopping location is in Las Vegas. They have several outlet malls. The discounting is fabulous if you've never been before. There's plenty of stores throughout the different hotels. The shopping is phenomenal. I go to Vegas with an extra suitcase. The last time I was in Vegas, we rented a convertible Mustang. We traveled through the town, went up to the mountains. We had a phenomenal time. The next time I'm in Vegas, I plan to take that convertible straight to Los Angeles. I hear it's only a 1-hour drive from Las Vegas.
Snake.
Now, when we were up in the mountains in Vegas, there were so many snakes. I was terrified in the mountains. I hate snakes. I don't care the size. I don't care the color. Don't tell me which ones are safe and which ones are poisonous. I don't care. I do not like snakes. Thank you, Toastmaster Micheline.
Thank you. What is our time? I can't see my screen, so are we?
According to the agenda, we close table topics at 7:53. So we have another
Okay,
8 minutes.
awesome. All right, everybody's getting a turn. Let's see. Favorite book. Your favorite book. Shay.
My favorite book is Tuck Everlasting. It is a fantasy novel, which is fantasy fiction is my favorite, about a family that could live forever. And he falls in love with a girl who's around his same age, but I guess 200 years younger than he is. She wants to stay with him forever. So she wants to drink from the fountain of youth that he drank from, but he tells her it is a perilous journey because she'll have to say goodbye to all of her friends and family that she once knew. Not to mention the many appearances that she might have to make in the courtroom, because since she lives forever, she'll be called as a jury duty person. But nonetheless, there's also many other benefits of living forever. I mean, you can learn countless languages, and you have countless opportunities to speak the language. You can travel the world. You'd see many different people, many different perspectives. You'd also, unfortunately, maybe you'd want to wait to drink the water until you reached 18, 20. That way you can drive your convertibles, you can fly planes, you can explore the world with as many certifications and talents and things that you accumulate because you're of age. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shay. Your favorite occasion to go to. Your favorite occasion to go to. Sonia, our guest Sonia.
Thank you, Toastmaster. My favorite occasion to go to is a birthday party. It's always wonderful to be there to celebrate somebody completing another year on this earth and just celebrating all the awesomeness that they completed when they were their previous age, and be there to welcome them into their new age. Plus, they have cake, and cake is like my favorite, for sure. I really, really like it when they have like a lemon cake, or if they have like a confetti cake with like a lion sort of print on the outside of it, like a lion frosting with this golden print. It'd be really, really cool. Or maybe it would be like a pool party and you would see somebody wearing like a lion bathing suit. It would be a pool party at somebody's house. Maybe it'd be a pool party at my house. I'd be throwing a pool party for a friend, and they would enjoy going in the pool and in the hot tub and then like the fan and all the other stuff that's there, and they just have a really good time, and we can have lion cake, and we can just have an awesome, awesome time. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Your day at a safari. Your day at the safari. Who I didn't call. Mark, your day at a safari.
My last day at the safari was totally rockin' awesome. First of all, I took our motorhome house and we drove it there. Secondly, there was an amazing array of lions, tigers, and bears, all waiting by the edge of the road with big banners saying, "Welcome to the safari." We couldn't believe our eyes. We totally drove the house right straight through the entire safari grounds. Now, granted, there were people in the way that were asking us to pull over because we were holding up the entire line that everybody was waiting for to get to
Hamburger.
the burger shop. The burger shop was completely loaded, right? So we were able to address the kinds of orders that we wanted to make while we were in our house watching the tigers and lions and bears. I was able to order a big juicy burger, loaded. I'm talking loaded with mushrooms and tomatoes and ketchup and onions, and it was completely delicious, to the point where my white shirt completely ran dry. I didn't have a spot left on me that I didn't have the juices running down my mouth, dripping all over my entire face onto this shirt. Understand that there was 12 of us in this house that were at the safari. We all ordered burgers. It was a complete greasy mess by the time we were done. Can you imagine that? Sonia Garate, have you ever had a big juicy burger in a safari? Ever?
No, but I think I should.
That could be a good possibility for you. While we were at the safari, carrying around the extra burgers that we did not eat, we also were able to see that we were unable to feed the lions and tigers and bears. With this information, I'd like to share with everybody here, do not take lions and tigers and bears with you at the time when you're trying to feed them. Thank you very much.
Okay, we know Mark will bring it. I think we have one more or two more to go. Yes. Your day on a trip, a day trip. Your day out of their trip. You can think of any day trip that you would like to have and just let us hear about it. Your day on a day trip. Connie. You're on mute. You're on mute, Connie. I see you going. You're on mute. Connie, you're on mute. Start over. You're still on mute.
Oh, on mute. Here we go.
Okay, there you go.
I want to tell you about my day trip, girls, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you something. When somebody says to me, especially my little sister says day trip, I am all ready for that day trip. I am going to get in the car. I'm going to get all prettied up and we're just going to go, and we're not going to have an agenda. We're not going to look at our phones. We are not going to answer the phones. We're not going to text. And when we get there, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to eat that juicy, juicy hamburger. But this hamburger is unlike any other one because, first of all, it is a meatless hamburger. It is a vegetarian hamburger. And number two, it's got 0 calories. I can have as much cheese and lettuce and tomatoes and buns on it. And it is not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go on my hips. It's not going to go on my thighs. It's going to go in my belly and it's going to feel so good.
Lizard.
Lizard, oh my God, that is one of my favorite spirit animals. That is a fortune for me because whenever I go and I see a lizard, I know that good luck is going to follow me. And guess what? It does. It follows me everywhere I go. I love the lizard. Lizzie lizard, that's what I call every lizard that I see out there. They are the cutest little things. Yes, sir. I'm telling you, come with me on a day trip. You will love it. We're going to visit the stores. We're going to buy. We're going to eat. We're going to roll the top down on our convertible. We're going to put our sunglasses on, and we're just going to chill. And that is my story. And I am sticking to it about my day trip with my sister.
Thank you, Connie. I think we're at the max, 7:55. Thank you all. When I pass it back on to Toastmaster of the Day, Michelle.
Thank you, Toastmaster Micheline Nemhard. I don't know if you've ever seen it done like that before, but I was totally stimulated and so industrious. You made up this by yourself. I don't know, but it was a very interesting way to conduct extemporaneous speeches. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much. We totally enjoyed that. The following participants, I believe everyone, let me see, they were Julie, Mayana, Denny, Sonia, Shay, Jack, Siona, Mark, and Connie. Did I miss anyone? Okay, those were the participants for this evening's table topics.
Table topics was for fun tonight. No polls. We don't have to.
No polls. Okay. Timer, general timer. Were all the topics, the table topics, participants within the allotted time?
Yes, they were.
Very good. Congratulations all. I know you had fun. The third section of our meeting for expediency will be our general evaluator. We want to welcome Toastmaster Shastri Amazing Stewart.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Michelle. You definitely were listening. Thank you. And thank you for doing such an awesome job, as always. All right. So since we're at 7:57, I'll run through this real quickly. Our counter report. Sonia Garate.
Yes. So tonight, I heard 26 filler words. The most commonly used filler word tonight was the word And also, the following Toastmasters did not use any filler words that I could hear, and that would be Toastmaster Michelle Gonzalez, Toastmaster Jack Miller, and also Toastmaster Denny Lamore. And that concludes my report tonight.
Thank you, Sonia. And our Grammarian Report. Gary.
General Evaluator. Although we had an industrious participation in table topics, the word of the day was only used once during the course of the meeting. I heard the following grammatical errors. Signaling the following timers. I think should have been signaling the following times. Very much easily. Should be very easily. And free of cost could probably be without any cost or free of charge. I heard the following notable words or phrases. Goals are dreams with a deadline. This is one from Sonia's screen. It says, trust the process. And it feels like Groundhog Day. Totally rocking awesome. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Gary, for a wonderful grammarian report. You always do a very good job, and also at listening and listening to grammatical errors as well. So thank you for that. And Sonia, you're always very astute in providing your report. So thank you for doing a great job tonight. All right, now to my evaluation of the entire meeting. Let's see here. All right. So did the meeting start on time? Absolutely. We started at 6:55, but I do not think we'll end on time. Our guest was welcome. Karen was welcomed. I don't believe we did have any dignitaries besides Karen. And Toastmaster of the Day did an awesome job. And Michelle, you were dressed for success, looking beautiful as always with your lovely smile, your outfit, and your hyper energy that really is so contagious for everyone else. So thank you for doing such an amazing job tonight. The roles were explained. Formal speeches, the transition. Okay, was the theme stated? It might have been, but I don't recall hearing the theme of the meeting, but I might be wrong on that. The table topics were appropriate, and Micheline did call on the members that did not have a significant speaking role first. So thank you for doing that. I thought the table topics was very creative, very engaging, and we had a lot of fun, especially myself looking at Mark and his very, very greasy shirt, especially. Okay. Right, I think that's it. All right, that concludes my grammarian report. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, President Shastri. And we would like to take this opportunity to bring the meeting to a close. Congratulations for all those who took part. And thank you for Karen, wherever you are on the screen. Thank you so much for clarifying so much for us tonight and for making yourself available to us by email and phone number. Thanks for all the members who participated this evening. It was my pleasure to serve you as Toastmaster. And I would like to remind you that we have a 48-hour challenge with goal setting to set your goals this evening and tomorrow and the next day to participate intentionally in the functionary roles. Please go to the Toastmaster website for Wellington and choose a role and stick to it and commit to it and bring it next Monday. At this time, I will turn the meeting back over to our President Shastri Stewart. Thank you so much.
You say my last name just like a Caribbean person would say it. I love it. Thank you, Michelle, for doing such an awesome job as always. And I do have a few announcements I'd like to mention. Pathways, as today was about pathways. There are a few members that need to complete their paths. We are President Distinguished Club, but we would like to achieve that last goal on our board, our vision board to complete. We have 10 goals in total. We've completed 9. So we have this 10, and that 10 is to have another 4th level Toastmaster. So if you can, please, if you have not done so, please go to Pathways and complete your path. If you need help from us, myself, Shay, I'm willing to help. Please go through and do that so that we could get rewarded for that and acknowledged for that. On the 17th of May, we do have a physical meeting, our first physical meeting, 17th of May. We still will have the Zoom platform during that meeting. It will be a hybrid, but we do want to start going back to our physical location so we could have that engagement and have that different type of experience. So May 17th, please put it on your calendar and you'll be receiving an email from Micheline, and also it will be on our calendar and agenda. Remember, as I said, please give feedback in the WhatsApp chat or just shoot a text if you're not able to do so in the meeting tonight. And I believe that is it. One more thing, Shay does have a shout out that she'd like to mention. So Shay, I'll give the table to you.
Yes, I see your message about hybrid. Yes, we are still planning to move forward with hybrid. So we'll keep you updated on that. But I just wanted to say a public thank you to the executive team and all the members, and also to the club members for making our first in-person event so successful. I specifically want to thank Shastri for leading such an engaging and fluid meeting. I want to thank Micheline for supporting with logistics and supporting Sonia as well, communicating fluidly with getting us there and helping people know where things are. I wanted to thank you, Jack, for covering, with the refreshments and the rental and just the fluid communication that happened. Thank you, Ray, for being flexible to support anywhere needed and being all about morale. And I just want to also say thank you to Stacy for her feedback and creating the structure for the overall meeting. This was the first time that we ever did anything like that, as far as I know, but the first time for our club since the pandemic. So I just want to say that it was beautiful and you guys made it that way. So just thank you.
Thank you, Shay. And with that, 8:05, actually I was wrong. We'll end on time. I now adjourn the meeting.
Kathy, thank you again for coming. You're welcome to come
you're
back
very welcome.
anytime.
Oh, thank you. And then don't forget, you can email me or call me or WhatsApp, whatever, and I'll be happy to help you one-on-one.
Thank you so much.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you, Kathy. I did not
Okay.
mean to overlook. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
You're very welcome. And thanks, Shastri, for sharing your screen.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Good
Okay,
night.
bye. Enjoy your meeting.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Fiona, for coming again. We
Fiona,
hope to see you
yes.
next week. Thank you so much. We appreciate your enthusiasm for the club as well.
Thank you for having me. It seems like a really cool organization, and I look forward to joining, honestly.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this meeting was a little different than our usual meeting, so feel free to join us next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Well, peace out.
Peace.
Peace.